MS-20 spacecraft. Good afternoon and happy holidays, and welcome to Mission Control Houston, where the team is preparing now for the Soyuz undocking from the International Space Station. That's coming up at 5:50 p.m. Central, but the departing crew members have actually already said their farewells and, well ahead of schedule, have already closed the hatches between the two vehicles. That was scheduled to take place just after 2:30 p.m. Central Time, but instead took place with little fanfare around 1:20 p.m. Central. We'll have some video of that to replay for you in just a moment. But first, we thought we would recap the journey so far for you. The MS-20 Soyuz crew arrived at the space station on December 8th after launching from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan at 1:38 a.m. Central Time. That set off Misurkin's third trip to space and the first for the spaceflight participants, Maezawa and Hirano. Following that picture-perfect launch, the crew arrived at the International Space Station about 6 hours later and got to work on their 11-day stay. Now, here in the International Space Station Flight Control Room, the team of the Orbit 2 shift is still on console and will finish up and hand over to the Orbit 3 shift right around undocking time tonight. For now, the team is led tonight by Flight Director Paul Konya. And in Kazakhstan, a number of officials and vehicles are standing by in preparation for the landing. Misurkin, Maezawa, and Hirano expect to touch down southeast of Zhezkazgan in Kazakhstan at 9:55 p.m. Central, 9:13 p.m. Central, 9:13 a.m. local time. Several of the 12 Mi-8 helicopters have already been deployed to various areas to await landing. 8 are at the expected landing site already, and 2 more will be ready about 250 miles away in the area where touchdown would occur if a ballistic entry occurred. A final 2 helicopters will loiter midway between the 2 sites. We're, of course, not expecting a ballistic entry, but as always, are prepared for one. Again, here on the ground, everyone is getting into place for that upcoming 9:13 p.m. Central Time landing. And as we said, on orbit, the crew has actually already gotten into their vehicles and closed hatches between themselves and the rest of the space station. That took place just around 1:20 p.m. Central Time, and we have some video briefly to play for you of that now. That again was a recorded video of the crew getting into place in their Soyuz MS-20 earlier this afternoon. That took place just a little more than an hour ahead of time at around 1:20 p.m. Central Time. I think we saw there Yusaku Maezawa getting in first, followed by his spaceflight participant crewmate Yozo Hirano, and of course we did also see the Soyuz commander there, Alexander Misurkin, waving goodbye along with his crewmates before the hatch was closed by the Expedition 66 commander Anton Shkaplerov. Misurkin, Maezawa, and Hirano will be leaving behind their crewmates of the past 11 days, Expedition 66 Commander Anton Shkaplerov and Flight Engineer Pyotr Dubrov, both of Roscosmos, NASA astronauts Mark Vandehei, Rajashari, Tom Marshburn and Caleb Barron, as well as European Space Agency astronaut Matthias Maurer. They are all preparing for the space station version of the holidays and hoping for a pre-Christmas delivery aboard the SpaceX 24 Cargo Dragon that's scheduled to launch on Tuesday and arrive on Wednesday. Assuming everything goes according to schedule tonight, Misurkin will have spent a total of 346 days in space over the course of his 3 trips to space. The spaceflight participants flying alongside him are both on their first trips to space and so should end their journey with a little less than 12 full days in space. Since the schedule for today was a bit out of order and not what we were expecting, we're going to show that hatch closure video for you one more time before we wrap up our show for the day. This again is the 2 spaceflight participants closing hatches along with the Soyuz commander Alexander Misurkin. That there, Yozo Hirano saying goodbye to Anton Shkaplerov, the Expedition 66 commander. And all 3 crew members there waving goodbye to their short-term crewmates. And a final thumbs up there from Shkaplerov. That again took place well ahead of schedule, around just after 1:20 p.m. Central Time. And since we do have those hatches closed, we will be taking a break now while the leak checks are performed until closer to the time for the Soyuz undocking from the space station's Poisk module. That's scheduled for 5:50 p.m. Central Time, and I would not expect that to happen nearly as ahead of schedule as the hatch closure did. That time is a little bit more set. I think it's pretty dependable. So we'll be back for undocking coverage around at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. After the Soyuz has performed a couple of systems tests and fired its thrusters to move away from the station and out of view, we'll take another break and then come back at 8 p.m. Central for the 4-minute and 39-second deorbit burn at 8:18 p.m. Central. And from that point, we'll stay on until the crew has landed and is out of the vehicle. Landing is scheduled for 9:13 p.m. And this is Mission Control Houston.